Hello, myself Dr. Deepak Shirbhate. I'm working as a principal of Vikramshila Polytechnic Darapur, Taluka Dariyapur, District Amravati, Maharashtra State of India. And today I'm going to demonstrate you virtual reality modeling language, mouse cursor sensitive balloon hide or blast using Vivati Studio. So let us start with the exercise. As usual, we will not spend our valuable time in creating the models of the balloon. Instead of that, we will use a shortcut method of downloading the model from the 3D model website. There are lots of websites which offers free download of 3D models. This will not only save our valuable time for modeling, but this will create attractive models, and we will be focusing our valuable time in logic building. So I have downloaded the zip file from this website. Now I will be creating one folder in which I will be extracting this file. Let us call this folder as balloon cluster. Okay, and I will make the name of this particular file short for simplicity. Let us call it as a balloon cluster, and I will extract this to the same folder, balloon cluster. And in the balloon cluster, this folder, there will be one file which will be of our interest, that is the obj file. You can see the obj file, the object file. Now next step will be converting this file into VRML format using the software utility like say CAD Exchanger. Vivati Studio allows direct import of the objects in Vivati Studio, but many times it will lead to hang of the Vivati Studio. So it is always better to convert the 3D models into VRML format prior to calling it into the Vivati Studio. So you can see that I have converted into virtual reality modeling language format, and this is a balloon cluster, and you can see that in the folder there is now one VRML file with the same name, and this is the required VRML file. You can see that it has been perfectly exported into VRML format because now it can be opened in the BS Context Studio, that is the VRML player. So this completes our downloading and conversion of 3D model into VRML. Now the next step will be creating the code for hide or blast of the balloon. Now this is a simple code, but even if you see that this is a very simple code, this is not that much simple. It is quite complicated code. You can see that there is a red sphere, and when I am moving the cursor over that sphere gets hide. So in the model tree, node diagram, you see that there are only few uh, there are only few, you can say, nodes, but that is not the case. Actually, it is a very hidden type of code, tricky type of code, which I have extracted from another code. Now what we will do is that we will call our this code we have called in. Now you can see it is not that easy, means this is a very complex type of code actually, but we can you can say simplify the structure of that code, and rest of the things which are beyond our knowledge or beyond our capability of understanding, that can be hidden. So we can simplify this code. So basically this is the code. There are a lot of prototypes in the code there are four roots and lot of logic and switches and all those things are there. So this is basically a complex code, but it looks very simple when we simplify it. So what we will do is that we will use this code for hiding the balloons. Now we will import, we will first of all we will open the code which is responsible for hiding. This is the simple code. Of course complexity has been hidden here. It looks very simple at this particular say stage. So let us call it as group. Now there will be 7 balloons, so make a duplicate copies of the group for the 7 times. So this will be group 2, and then make group 3 and group 4 and group 5, like that. So 7 balloons are there, so I have created 7 copies for the balloons. Now I will be importing the 3D models of the balloon into this particular working file. So instead of direct import, we will import it into some blank file. That is our usual strategy. As I have said that many times, direct importing will make the Vivite Studio non-responsive based on our experience. Uh, we'll just change the rotation by -90 degree about x-axis, and now you can see that the balloon threads are perpendicular to the ground. Now we can paste these. The balloons are actually quite small in scale size. So first of all, bring all the balloons to absolute 0 0 position and then scale up by say 100 or 200. And now you can see that I have scaled up by 100 times, and now the balloons are visible. Now there are thread which is associated with each balloon, so there are almost 14 groups. One balloon and one thread will be there. And our objective is to move the balloon means index face set IFS from each group to the group that we have created. So locate the balloon in each group and move it to the required group. Only keep in mind that you should not move any rope. This is, I think this is the rope. This will be wrong. We have to make the correction. This is balloon. There is no problem with the balloon. You have to exclude the rope. This is again a rope. This is again a rope. So exclude the rope and only move the balloons. That will be somewhat confusing. Exclude the so by mistake I have moved actually 2 ropes which were not required. So move the balloons only. the group. Now we will be giving the color to the balloon so that they can be easily identified. This is correct. This is also correct. That's absolutely correct. This is again rope, which is not required. Now this is a balloon which can be moved in the required group. Give it a yellow color. So you have to sort it out, the balloons and the ropes. This will be somewhat time consuming, and so we have done, only one white balloon is left that we need to find out. Rest of the balloons we have completed. Only one white balloon is there, which needs to be identified from the ropes. And you can see that only white balloon is there, which needs to be removed. So let us find out where that particular. So just find out where that particular balloon is there. Yes, I think this is the correct. Yes, here it is. Let us move it to. Okay, so this is a required, say, balloon. So that's all. We have moved all the balloons at appropriate position. Give the appropriate color, and then we can see the quick preview. We can see that all the balloon can be blasted, or all the balloons can be hidden by the cursor movement. Now we will export this particular file into VRML format. And let us view this file into our. Now in the BS contact player, actually our touch is associated with group, and that group is associated with our sphere actually. So moving the cursor over the sphere can cause the blast of the balloon or balloon to hide. Whatever you say, we can hide the balloon or we can blast the balloon. So it is associated with sphere, which is the rate sphere. You just click the sphere, and in this particular say quick browser it is visible, but in the actual code which can be opened in the BS contact player, you will see that the blast is taking place only when we are moving the cursor over the sphere. That is accurate, you can say. Here it is working, but after export it is not working. So you have to touch the sphere, and now you can see that it is working. The code is working now. So touch the sphere, and now there will be blast of all the balloons. So this will cause the blast of all the balloons. Now in one another say code, I have actually moved the sphere actually inside the balloon, and there you can see that the blast is taking place when the cursor is moved on the surface of the balloon. But here it is not possible. Here the sphere is at the end of the threads. That is the problem. That is not that easy to move the sphere now. So we have to write some another code which will allow us to okay. So the sphere is actually the triggering point, and the code can be triggered only when we will move it. Now this is another code in which I have actually bounded all the 6 sides, front, left, right, bottom, top, with one JPG image of the sky. So you rotate in any direction, you will see the sky image. And here actually I have moved the sphere inside the balloon. So moving the cursor over the surface of the balloon will cause the blast. So that's complete our exercise of balloon blast or balloon hide using the VRML code. Thank you for watching this video. In case of any query or clarification, you can contact me on my contact details, and you can see the or you can download the practice code which is available in the description and comments. Thank you.